It's not a puff and it's not a flake. It's more than both of those.
The greatest name in cereals.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Serial Trash Talking. You've already seen our debut episode. This is our second episode, ready to launch in the Super Bowl review. And what a Super Bowl it was. DA, just talk us through it. What are your takeouts?
I loved it. What I took out from it, the baby goat is still the baby goat. Never going to be the goat. Shouldn't even be in that conversation. Phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal Eagles defense. I mean, they won that game. And it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. I think that if you take the Eagles defense and you look at what they did to Patrick Mahomes, he had nothing. He had no time. It was hilarious and ridiculous. But your takeaways?
Super Bowl shit else. That's it.
Come on, you weren't saying that after the first quarter.
Well, you make predictions and I nailed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Predicted that the Eagles would blow them out. Eagles blew them out. So that's it. But as a purist of a game and any final, I think any fan that's clearly not a Phillies fan or a Patriots dynasty fan, as you want a contest. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, that game was blown out. First quarter, second quarter. So the game wasn't really there. So as a spectacle, it was disappointing.
Mm.
And the key point I come back to was, damn, it's tough to see great dynasties and players looking amateur.
Mm.
And God, it hurts the heart a little bit, to be honest. It's like I don't want to see great players go out like that. I never wanted to see Tom Brady, as much as I hated them and the Patriots, go and get hammered. You don't want to see greatness just fold.
But is that not what differentiates this dynasty from the last? So by the last saying the Patriots, is that like I think it was 15 points was the sum total over the 9 Super Bowl appearances that Tom Brady had. That 15 points was the margin that he lost the 3 Super Bowls by, which isn't very much.
No, it's nothing. And that's what you expect from Super Bowls, 2 best teams in conferences.
Yeah, and yet you look at Patrick and the Chiefs, and they've been blown out in both of their losses. And I think that's why I don't think, or at least for the foreseeable future, you can't have the GOAT conversation with Patrick Mahomes. Because, 28-3, Brady found a way to engineer a drive and come back from that. Similar situation with Patrick, but he looked ordinary. He looked less than ordinary.
Below ordinary. It was the worst performance that any quarterback could have ever had. And the question comes back to, though, can any other quarterback do any different? And the likely answer is no.
Well, I mean, I think, the Chiefs O-line was a bit beat up. So, but I think that, every time they tried to come back, they were either stuffed by the defense or they had key people dropping passes. And I know that Kelsey's pass that he dropped early
doesn't sound like a Mahomes problem, DNA.
No, but I think it does, though, because those players were rushed. Like Mahomes' throw was down at Kelsey's feet. The one to D-Hop was to his back shoulder when he's running across the field. Mahomes isn't the sole reason they lost, but I think he could have done more. And I think by his standards, he was ordinary.
The key things here that we take out from it are, from the Super Bowl review itself, is Philly's defense. The defensive line showed up and dismantled the Chiefs' offensive line. Everybody who doesn't even need to watch football saw that was man against boys stuff. Ultimately,
Jalen
when
was
that
phenomenal
happens,
too.
they didn't blitz all day. They didn't
No.
throw one blitz, and like that just blows your mind that
Mm-hmm.
a defensive front can be that dominant
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
you need a bit of luck to go your way. Like you said, that D Hop does catch that ball. The game changes a little bit of
Mm,
momentum, and then it comes back into it. But I saw, must have been one of Kelsey's podcasts, and he has a little bit. Clearly, he's hurt and he's broken up a
yeah.
little bit as
Yeah. Oh,
well.
as he would be.
But then his thoughts were, I should have been a better leader. I should have got my guys up. I should have
Yeah.
done more myself. And that,
Mm,
man, that's a great reflection. Soon after the actual game occurred, to go like, yeah, clearly it feels shit. Feels shit that we lost, but we could have done
mm.
more in the moments as well. So, uh,
Yeah. I I think that's fair. And I mean, I I'm not a massive Patrick Mahomes fan. I think he's incredibly talented, but I'm not a fan of his. Kelsey, I am. Kelsey he's a true professional, and I think the way he handled himself after, and I think he went into the Super Bowl saying, I've got at least another 3 years, and it's only right for him to question, does he want to play? And the reason why I think this loss is so bad, and I don't think that they're an automatic lock to come back next year and make the Super Bowl. I think this
AFC's
loss,
tough.
I think, yeah, AFC is tough, but I actually think that this will absolutely smash their confidence. This isn't like the Tampa Bay game. Because I think the Tampa Bay game, the difference between the two is that the Tampa Bay game, no one expected them to win, or at least I didn't expect them to win. It was all Brady, Brady, Brady. He's going to win. And Mahomes was great, but it was all still Brady, Brady, Brady. This one here, I think, even though the Eagles might have gone on as a favorite,
Yeah, they
everyone
did.
expected them to smash it and to you can't count the Chiefs out. You can't count the Chiefs out.
Yeah.
But mate, they got an absolute hiding. And
Hmm.
40-22 is like they got those points in garbage time. Like the game was over. They had Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett in, for
The
goodness sake.
Eagles will call it. Eagles called it. They were fantastic.
So
So the counter to that is you get hammered this bad, it comes back and motivates you. Yeah.
I don't see. I think it's going to be too much, and I think it's going to be too much. Like I'll eat my words. I'm happy to eat my words,
Mm.
but I think the reason it is too much because you look at every one of those players when you did those sideline shots, and you look at the engagement that
Broken.
Kelsey now
Absolutely
has,
broken.
saying, "I need to take time away to evaluate whether I keep going." And I
Mm.
think that for me implies I think these guys are towards the end of their careers. Patrick Mahomes, different story, but the key cogs of that team. Like Travis Kelsey is the safety blanket. He was barely targeted this year. He wasn't as engaged as he has been
Yeah.
because the team's going in a different direction, Pat. And I think that factor, I think they're underestimating just his worth to that team. And if he doesn't come back or if he's not nearly as engaged as he has been, the Chiefs dynasty is over.
Yeah. That actually, you probably nailed it or hit the nail on the head with Kelsey. This could be
Mm.
the spark that actually brings him back to the fold, eh? We'll
It
see.
could, but I think like I've never thought of Travis playing for someone else.
No,
But
never. He's never going to leave the Chiefs.
I can see that now.
Nah. It's like you either play with the Chiefs. Why would you leave the best quarterback in the game? You just don't, you know?
No, but I mean there are other quarterbacks that are just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I think the one guy we haven't touched on, we got a bit of the home stuff. What about Big Red? The loss should lie with Big Red or should it lie with players?
I mean Carson Wentz is a rubbish quarterback, so I mean he didn't even get on the field. So you're talking about Andy Reid?
Andy Reid.
Uh,
Andy Reid, Spag, the
I
boys.
think Spags is the more surprising one. Like they did well to stop the run, but I mean Jalen just had like Jalen could have finished a bloody Harry Potter book. He had
Yeah.
so much time.
Eagles offensive line too good. Chris
Yeah,
Jones passed it.
yeah. I don't know. Like I think Spags wasn't good. the O-line wasn't prepared. And I think it's all just Vic Fangio. Like I think it's more a reflection on the incredible performance of the Eagles versus the Chiefs, because the Chiefs just got stuffed. Absolutely. Like a
Why
double
did Big
stuffed
Red
Oreo.
not call more runs?
Well, I mean, you look at Pacheco. Did he make much yardage in the runs he got? No.
He got 3 runs and a half. They made 24 yards total offense, so you didn't get much of a chance.
No, that's
and
fair.
The stats were Jalen only threw the ball 22 times. Barkley ran it 25 times. So the biggest discussion comes out is Big Red, ill-prepared team, no adjustments.
Yeah. I think I still stick by my point. I think for the Chiefs it's over. I think they ran out of steam. I don't think they've got the bite or the courage to get back next year. They might make it to the AFC Championship, or they might be in the mix, but I don't think they'll be as formidable as they have been. And I think this is the year we see the Bills and Ravens come.
They have to at some point. The last
maybe the Patriots too, though. Oh, Patriots could be in the mix.
Patriots, like dog shit.
Got a better chance than the Cowboys.
I reckon we're all right. We're all right. The last part is going for a three-peat. It's never been done before. There's a reason it hasn't been done before, and the Chiefs have got the closest to doing it.
Mm-hmm.
How much of it is played into that pressure? I would say half of it is that pressure of a three-peat, being the historical team, and the other half of it is that Eagles team just lost the Super Bowl 2 years ago. So how much did they get inspired to say, no, we're not going to be that team again?
I think the first half of your question doesn't matter. These guys are professionals. These guys are paid ridiculous amounts of money to play a game. And if you can't turn up for one game, then
that is the ultimate sports question on why that happens.
But the difference here, Rob, between these Chiefs and the 07 Patriots is simple. The 07 Patriots were outplayed in a close game, and it changed by one play. David Tyreek helmet catch. Right? The Giants, in the last game of the regular season, where the Patriots beat them to a late Randy Moss touchdown, were challenged really tough then. Like it was a really tough match. And it was looking like the Giants were going to win then. Fast forward to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That game was even, but it was one play. The Chiefs got outplayed. They didn't turn up. The Patriots turned up in that game.
Did they though? They were on a hot streak. They were going to have a perfect season, and they left the game. The game got taken deep, and they were the better team.
So for all the close Patriot Super Bowl wins, let's say, or all the close Super Bowl wins, when a team's come in hot and lost, should they have won? Is it just the hot team? I mean, I feel like I'm defeating my own argument here, but the point, I think the point is to
Thanks,
me.
Thanks, DA. Let's wrap it up there. Nailed it.
the 07 Patriots were in a much tighter contest, and they were really challenged, and they fought back to stay in that game. We're talking about a drop, is it? Maybe that was 11, but like a drop Wes Welker pass. That was the difference between the Gronk missing the ball. I know that was again 2011. I don't know. It was another loss we had. I just think that what really disappoints me is that the Chiefs didn't turn up. They didn't even put up a fight. Yeah. The refs the refs even tried to fight for them there on that first drive against the Eagles on 4th down. But like these guys are paid professionals, and they didn't turn up, and they didn't do their job. And I think that's very different to a Giants team beating the Patriots, because they did turn up.
Twice. The last word, because this cracks me up, because there's been a few pundits talking about wins margins and all that. I think a lot of that's got errors to play into it as well. Clearly,
Yeah.
there's a lot more points in these later eras, and the
Mhm.
ball's flying a lot more as well.
Yeah.
And it might have been Ryan Clark or one of the boys. It's like, how did Tom Brady beat the Rams? The game was 13-3 in the shittest Super Bowl that you ever seen. It's like,
True.
he was terrible.
Yeah.
Why? Why do we worry about point spread when he should have just blown them out?
I mean, that's not a bad. That's not a fit. That's not an unfair
13-3,
argument, is it?
DA. It's unwatchable.
Mate, it was a great last drive there to score that final touchdown, or that only
It's like
touchdown,
he's
rather.
letting them, he's getting taken to deep water and hopefully he swims.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm pleased. I'm pleased for the boys. Pleased for the Eagles. It's good to see Jalen down at Disney World.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pleasing, eh? That's pleasing
yeah,
for Hertzy. I don't think there's anybody who's rooting against him or wants him to do well. Hey, just considering this whole story,
do poorly. You mean?
getting sacked
Yeah,
off from Bama,
yeah,
Oklahoma, and then just written off by bloody everybody. But he's
yeah.
out there doing a great job.
Absolute dream. But no. So in summary, for me, I thought it was a great Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, I was standing on the couch when Cooper DeJean caught that touchdown, pick
Go
six,
one
rather.
boy, go one fella.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. I mean, white boy's got to represent, you know. I mean, it's he was very good. The Eagles' defense all over was great, but no, great Super Bowl. I thought, great result, and just showed the absolute dominance rather of the Eagles. Your summation?
Happy that the Eagles won, as per prediction. Sad at how it happened and how it was not a contest at the end of the day, but great for Hurts and Barkley and the boys. Jalen Carter as well, unsung hero, that they got the W. And probably the worst sign of it is far out. They've got a lot of runway here with these boys and how young they are. So, Cowboys fans, there's a lot of head scratching going to be going on.
Yeah.
They look good, man. And I can't see a hole. So.
Nah, agreed. So, Rob, do you want to leave us with our serial thought?
Listeners, leave your comments below. But the serial thought of this episode is the Chiefs dynasty complete? Is it done? Leave your comments below, like and subscribe, and catch you on the next one. See you.